Afternoon. A point apiece, a fair reflection of that match for you?
Yeah, delighted we got something out of it. It's been a tough week for us, put an awful amount of effort into our game against Tottenham midweek. We looked a little bit leggy. Quality wasn't as good as what we showed in midweek, but the spirit was there, and 4 points off Burnley in a season is a good effort from us, and 4 points from a tough week, we'll take that.
Matches.
Sorry?
Did you get that? Did you? I said, have you ever seen can you hear me okay?
Yeah, got you.
Have you ever seen John Egan going as sweetly as that in training?
That should have been his 10th goal of the season, not his first. So, quite critical of John. He's been brilliant for us, but, goals from centre-halves, adds to the collection, and we've certainly not done enough. And John gets himself into some great positions. We obviously work on stuff on the training ground, but I think if John will be the first to admit, July 4th shouldn't have seen his first goal of the season. But brilliant finish, and obviously to get something out of the game in the manner that we did was good. We had to chase a little bit, so we left a few gaps, which opens it up. So I should imagine they're thinking and feeling that they should have put the game to bed, really. But we were still in it, and we tried to drive the game forward. I felt something was in it for us, and a great ball from Ben Osborne and John. It's a cracking finish.
Just one more from me. There was a stat put up in the TV coverage that in the first half, before the drinks break, you had sort of 70% of the possession. And then after the drinks break, that completely flipped, and they had 70% of the possession. I know you're not looking at excuses, but do you think these drink breaks sort of completely break your momentum? And, do you hope they're not here to stay come next season?
It's a timeout. It's a tactical timeout, really. The game's been turned into 4 quarters. So I was delighted to have him in Bovril after 22 minutes, because I've never had a Bovril in July during the game. So I mean, listen, I didn't think anything should be changed. I think that whether it's substitutions, numbers of substitutes, and obviously from the drinks break point of view, and in a drinks break, really, it's an opportunity for managers to tactically look at their team. So maybe we'll use it. Well, we use it, so I can't say we don't use it. So, but for me, let the players go. I don't see it happening in a World Cup. They've not really had drinks breaks in World Cups, and I certainly didn't think you needed a drinks break today at Turf Moor with the temperatures and when the wind was howling around the ground.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.
Sutty.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, Jack Rodwell. Obviously, a big day for him getting in the Premier League like that. What's it been like this year for you? Yeah,
I mean, he's been good. He's had to be patient. Basham's played in that position, but there's a few that really tired late on. So it was in my head to change it. Thought process of the amount of work that they put in against Tottenham. The numbers from a distance covered, high intensity sprints was right up there. Maybe looking back now, could we have changed it around a little bit more? But you feel that your team wants to go again after such a positive performance and one of your best of your season. So we lacked a little bit of energy, but we didn't lack any heart. We kept going, and as I said, to get a result from a losing position is always satisfying.
Somebody like Jack gives you that flexibility, doesn't he? Really, obviously comes on in midfield, but then finishes it in the back three.
Yeah, he's obviously played as a midfield player. We went to a diamond. We changed the shape a little bit. We changed the shape just after half time, and but I thought it was a positive second half performance, but just lacked more quality. Quality, and if we'd have shown a little bit more quality like we did in the goal and just opened them up, because I think we had decent field position. We had enough, areas that we got the ball into. We just wanted to look for that one ball and that last bit. But I thought at the start of the game, I thought we were great for the first 20, 25 minutes. We created good opportunities, and that's, a little bit of a disappointment as well that, we were chasing the game because really we should have been up in the game.
Thanks, mate.
Nath?
Chris, can I ask you about that handball in the first half? Because we saw one on Thursday that looked really harsh, and we've seen one today that looked quite clear. What's your understanding of the handball and the players?
I've not seen it, Nathan. I'll be totally honest about it. I've not seen it. I just saw the players' reaction, and that was quite a positive one towards that. They thought it was a penalty. I've not seen it.
Although a point, Chris, it's another great performance and another positive performance with 2 home games to come.
Have you seen the home games? Yeah, because they're quite straightforward, them two, aren't they? No, we were pleased in the attitude. As I said, first 20, 25 minutes, I thought we were really good. They just started to turn us around a little bit. We dropped a little bit deep and lost a little bit of energy. But second half, we were more positive. We made a positive substitution, which we have to, and we're not taking credit for that. We have to because we've got to go chasing. But we put a little bit more pressure on their boys at the back, and got some more numbers at the top of the pitch. And so yeah, from an effort and attitude, enthusiasm point of view, really good. Just a touch critical, that we didn't put them to bed in the first 20, 25 minutes, and when we were on top, we played a little bit rushed, and just lacked that composure that we needed.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Nate.
Stu Rayner?
Hi, Stu.
Hi, Chris. You mentioned the legginess of the lads, and you've had to change the formation the last couple of Sundays chasing the game. Do you have to give it a bit of thought over the next couple of days about whether you have to just go away a bit from the formula that's worked so well for you up to now?
No, I won't be going away from that. That'd be suicidal. That you can't. The players are flexible, but it's worked so far. We've just got to get through it. Personnel know the jobs better than anybody, so we've just got to get through it. So there's not going to be any radical changes of shape. We've got a couple of go-to shapes that we've used in the past to chase or to see out, which everybody has, and we have to have that tactical sort of ability to do that. And obviously, looking at teams, we need another player at the top of the pitch, but we've got to get through it. Everybody's in the same boat. Well, no, not everybody's in the same boat because everybody's got about 35 players and we've got about 18 at the moment. But they had injuries today as well, and they got through it. We had injuries and changes, and we got through it. So we've both had tough games, and we have to just try to get the recovery as best as it possibly can be.
But in terms of positives for your side, Ben Osborne has looked really good since he's come in. Obviously, you've got Jack O'Connell back again, so despite the injuries, there's a bit of option for freshness, perhaps. Yeah,
it's comforting. You hope that any player you sign can do a job for you. The reason you signed him in the first place, and delighted for Ben. Jack Robinson's been great for us. I think obviously that just caught up with him a little bit. So in terms of the amount of games that he's had to play, because he's not played many games since January, and then all of a sudden, he's thrust into Premier League action on a Wednesday, on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, on a Saturday, or whatever the schedule is, and that's a tough one for the best of boys. And I thought that there was a few of our boys flagging, but I thought Osborne and Zanderberg in the middle of the park second half drove the game forward for us. I thought McGoldrick was good. There's a couple of boys that look really tired, but they have to recover, and to get Jack O'Connell back is obviously a big bonus for us.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Stu.
Shield, did you need any?
Yeah, just a little more just on Jack O'Connell, if that's all right. I mean, clearly, as well as Jack Robinson's done, to have that option of having Jack back in the side is a huge one, isn't it, at this stage of the season?
Yeah, I mean, you want all your players available, and they're all big players, especially the ones that have played in that system and played the amount of games that you have done and had the amount of success that they have done. You know, you look at any Premier League club, if you're taking 2 or 3 of the main actors out, and Jack, you know, everybody's got a contribution, but I think if you ask supporters and everybody who have been your sort of main players over the last 2 or 3 years, Jack's going to be right up there. So to lose him for this period has been disappointing. As I said, no blame on anybody else who's come into the team, but to have him available and you know, get through the half an hour that he did in the manner that he did was pleasing, and then gives us a little bit more strength.
And clearly, you had none. I'm guessing you wouldn't have selected him in the first place. It wasn't a gamble, was it?
No. It would have been a gamble to involve him at Tottenham. So this obviously the last sort of three days has allowed us to clear Jack and to be available to play a part. But we were looking at half an hour max for Jack today. So I think he might have just played just over it as well. But now to get him back, and he'll pick up speed pretty quickly. He's good at that. And to get a body back in is good as well.